Now, what makes India a federal country? Soon after the independence, several princely states became a part of the country. That means many of the states when it was under the prince rule. So soon after the independence, all these princess states they become the part of our country. The constitution declared India as a union of states. So when all the states get freedom from the princes or big kings, they become all the independent states, and later on it became our India became as a union of states. In our India again, what the constitution originally provided for a two-tier system of government. Okay, two-tier system of government. First is the union government, which is known as central government, representing the Union of India, and the state government. Later, a third tier system of government also it came. It is known as the panchayat and the municipalities. Union government and the state government contains three lists. So these two government contain three lists. The first is the union list, includes subject of national importance such as the defense of the country, foreign affairs, banking, communication, and the currency. So these are the fields which are looked by the union list. The union government alone can make laws relating to the subjects mentioned in the union list. So whatever the list it is given here, it can be make some changes, okay, by the union government only. Second, state list contains subjects of state and local importance such as police, trade, commerce, agriculture, and irrigations. The state government alone can make laws relating to the subject mentioned in the state list. So the agriculture, all these important field, it comes under the state government. The concurrent list includes subjects of common interest to both the union government as well as the state government, such as education, forest, trade union, marriage, adoption, and succession. So the education, okay, the education department of forests, all these issues are taken care by the concurrent list. That means these are having both the powers on the hands of the union government and also the state government. All states in the union do not have identical powers. Some states enjoy a special status, like Jammu and Kashmir has its own constitution. So what Jammu and Kashmir has its own independent separate constitution. But there are some union territories also territories like Chandigarh, Lakshadweep, okay, Delhi. These territories do not have the powers of a state. The central government has special powers to running this area. So who take the control of the union territories? It is the union or the central government. The parliament cannot on its own change the arrangement. Any change to it to be the first passed by the House of Parliament with at least 2/3 majority. So if something has to be changed in a state, it cannot make changes directly by the Parliament or the union government. Firstly, it has to be passed to the Houses of Parliament, okay, where a majority of the people should be the 2/3 majority. In case of any dispute or fight or issues about the division of power, the High Court and the Supreme Court make a decision. The union and state government has the power to raise resource by levying tax in order to carry on the government and the responsibilities assigned to each of